Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Tales of Berseria. Finally got to... where's this at again? I can find it if I look at... well, no, not that. I don't know. I think it started with a Y. We can find out if I go to here really quick. Yseult. Right, Yseult. Trying to talk to her friend Grimoire. What's just considering that it's called Grimoire, because it's a weird spot. I almost feel like her friend's gonna be like a magic book or something. Just saying. It might not be, might be a perfectly normal person called Grimoire, but they might be a magic book. Fellow fisherman told me he once saw an octopus eating a whale. That octopus must have been a demon, which means demon blight has spread to the sea. You don't normally see octopus eating whales? Excuse me, have you heard of a woman named Grimoire? Grimoire? Can't say I have. Doesn't sound like a Southcan name. Are you sure she's on this island? Is this your first time in Southcan? You'll need to protect your skin from the sun or you'll be sorry. Thanks for the warning. But I'm a demon. Demons don't worry about their skin. Demons. Okay, so we can either go along the path, or we can take the lower path down here. I can't help but feel that the lower path is going to end with like a treasure chest or something. Oh no, it does go over here, it just drops off. Okay, cool. You got like bungalows and stuff. It's an island getaway adventure. My father's days, Southgand was a paradise, where all you needed to do was fish. But now we're crushed between demons on one front, and exorcist rules on the other. My generation missed out on the good life. Oh, so you're all northerners? Welcome to Yseult. Southgand is made up of hundreds of tropical islands. Before, each island had its own town and culture, but Demon Blight took most of them from us. Oh, but don't worry. There are lots of exorcists here on this island that keep us safe. Fish. Delicious fish. Do you know a woman named Grimoire? She's got a listless aristocratic air about her, like a noblewoman in her twilight. I don't know her, sorry, but I'll tell you one thing. A boy your age shouldn't talk like that. Be careful your tongue doesn't get you burned. Alright, I'm sorry. How do I get down? Oh, probably that way. It won't? Please stop talking. That's not your voice. At the cathedral, a man told me he lost his little brother to 12-year sickness when they were boys. 12-year sickness? There's no cure for that. Some say you're born with it. Others say it's a curse that falls on those who've seen something inhuman. A curse? Is that really true? Don't worry, it's a very rare condition. Only 1 in tens of thousands of people will get it. You should be more concerned about demon blight. I'm sorry, mind your way, good sir. I'm just having a conversation, and you're patiently waiting for me to move while there's plenty of other platform to walk around. Is this the tropical church? Yes, it is. I had a twin brother that died when I was little. It's been 60 years since he passed, but I still pray that his soul rest peacefully. You have my condolences. Was it an accident? No, it was the 12-year sickness. He heard the voice of the sea and the wind, but I never could. He was always such a pure boy. The 12-year sickness. My grandfather told me that there were once many Empyreans. Amonok, ruler of water. Muspe, bearer of flames. Emusia, guardian of earth. Hianoa, will of the wind. It's kind of confusing. Wait, what is a Nominat associated with? It's just a tiny little church. Please bless me with large hands, safe voyages, a happy home, freedom from disease, financial stability, and whatever else comes to mind. Thank you. Bless me.
Come, sinner.
Oh boy, this again. I hope so.
Your wicked deeds.
Who? Me? I don't think I've done much that needs repenting.
No, my son. You must be mistaken. For I can tell just from how you dress that a great many sins weigh heavily upon your heart. But it's not too late for you yet. You must confess your sins and repent.
Yeah, I hear you, but I really can't think of anything.
Have you ever wielded violence?
No, all I wield are my swords.
Well, have you hurt anybody with your swords?
Yeah, but I haven't been able to land a killing blow yet. I've still got a long way to go. But the next time, I'll kill him.
No, you have it all wrong. You must repent for how you've used your swords.
Oh, I get it. I need to improve my cutting technique, right?
That's not what I meant either.
Ah, then what do you mean? It's a priest's job to guide the layman, right? You'll have to start speaking more clearly if you want anyone to trust your advice. Get your act together, man.
Yes, I'll reflect upon the error of my ways. Wait, what?
Perhaps people really are incapable of understanding one another. I feel like that's going to be a running joke every time we come across, like, a little temple. All I've done is murder people. Is that so bad? Probably a little pillaging on the side. The usual, really. Alright, so this goes out somewhere. Ah, to Moor Village, and that's where we're supposed to go. Okay, cool. Not there yet. We gotta finish exploring the village. Halt, you're a suspicious-looking lot. I'm going to need to see some identification. If it's a travel permit you want, we've got one. Give that here. Magulu's Menagerie? Very well. But I'll warn you that you should be careful how you dress, even if you are entertainers. If you didn't have an exorcist with you, I'd have to take you in for questioning. You are entirely correct. I will make sure they understand. That exorcist is working out well for us, isn't it? Help, I'm their prisoner. It's a nice little island they got here. Be a shame if some, I don't know, Reaper's curse came and gave them all the big demon blight scourge or whatever. I'm just saying, it could happen. We have a habit of bringing that around to this. I'm fixing a boat.
It's become common practice to use Southgan lumber for shipbuilding, but there's a reason. Our trees really are the best for it.
Native trees only grow in Southgand. Their wood is light, tough, and doesn't rot. Perfect for shipbuilding.
You know your stuff. Long ago, before people knew how to build seafaring vessels, Midgan and Southgan were separate countries. Then our ancestors fashioned rafts out of Nathan logs, and floated all the way to Midgand. A Midgand craftsman, amazed to see a humble raft cross the open sea, returned with our ancestors here to Southgand.
He had used the natant logs to build a large, sturdy ship.
Thanks to him, commerce took off between Midgand and Southgand, and the Age of Exploration began. The excitement of a new age had everyone floating on air, but within mere decades, Midgand declared war on Southgand.
Ironically enough, it was ships made from trees from their islands that enemies used to invade them.
The fighting continued for a long time, but in the end, Midgand emerged the victor. Our islands were occupied. As hard as things were, our ancestors still liked to joke about it. They'd say, Age of Exploration, more like Age of Exploitation.
When things were that bad, they could still joke about it?
Southganders have always been a cheerful bunch. We tend to look for the silver lining in every cloud. It may not seem like it these days, but Southgand used to be a place where the laughter would never cease. Some people even used to call it Shenanigand.
Shenanigand. This must have been a really fun place.
Like, how long ago are we talking here? Demon Blight has robbed the Sage of Smiles, but smile we must if we want to succeed. Smile is a gate that invites the shepherd. Weird pinguinos again. Yeah, they've just got little bungalows everywhere. It's great. Good place. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. There's a period of time where we didn't have any cats boxes that I was doing really good. But that seems to have been phased out. For it's giving us tons of cat boxes and not as many cat souls. Admittedly, there were a lot of cat souls in that one cave I hated. So I was able to collect a bunch there. And lose some frames. Hello there. I think we've explored everything on the beach. There was this little chunk that I never investigated back over this way, and then we'll go into the other part of town. Look how patient he is. He doesn't even bother to walk around or say excuse me or anything. What a patient man. Voices, please. Pardon me, we're looking for a woman named Grimwire. Do you know her? Oh, I'm afraid I don't. But I know where to get grim worms. They're limp things, a bit like lugworms. You can use them as bait, but for my money, catworm is always the better option. I see. Thank you for the advice. That was a whole lot of useless information. Alright, so here's the bar with people. Tavern, or whatever you'd call it. I'm looking for a woman named Grimwire. Do you know her? Well, I've been here 29 years, and I still don't have a female acquaintance. Right. Sorry I brought it up. Some folks up north criticize the people of Southgand for eating pingyun. I'm Southgand born and raised, but I see where they're coming from. After all, up north they eat rat pig. Now that's just downright cruel. Penguin. Alright. Anything else? Not as of yet, but I'm sure we'll run into it before we're told to kill it.
So how do you like our island? Nice and laid back, right?
It's quite a bit different from Logris.
This place was even more relaxed before the opening. But recently, a lot of our young folk have gone starry-eyed about the city and left us in the lurch.
It's still better than it was when the demons first started showing up. We have the Abbey to thank for that. And because people are traveling more now, the need for ships has skyrocketed. Our lumber industry is booming.
In other words, when the money started flowing, people let it go to their heads?
That and those exorcists and soldiers from the bigger cities, they really seemed sophisticated. People from the other islands wear different clothes and have things we don't, you know?
Getting worked up and worked over by what's trendy. Is that foolishness not the very definition of youth?
If this keeps up, our island's traditions will fade away. That's what worries me.
I understand how you feel, but you have to give young people the freedom to be themselves.
When I was younger, I used to be proud of Southgate traditions. Maybe I'm just grumbling like a typical old fogey. Culture here is rough, but that's not the only thing that makes this place dangerous. There aren't many exorcists around. I'd feel safer in a city where the Abbey is a stronger presence. I mean, I've seen a lot of soldier peoples. I don't know. I guess there aren't a lot of exorcists, quote-unquote, but there's a lot of guards in the area. Hey, there we go. Silky paper. And soy sauce that someone left here on the roof. Does anybody need anything new? Anybody mastered anything? Ah, yes. We haven't done a lot of fighting, so probably not. Nope, those are both mastered. We need some new daggers for our friend here. I think we're good, though. Alright, so I think we've explored this whole area now. With the exception of grabbing that. Is there anything else behind the house? Must grab all the things. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good now. I get that it's a design choice, these little boards that stick out. Like, they kind of look like they're trying to make suns out of them or something. Out of these big circles. But they just seem like they just, like, haphazardly laid some boards down and left it at that. It looks alright, it's just not entirely functional. Oh, it's another gang. Kid gangs. We've got a secret fort hidden beneath the floor over there. Don't tell any grown-ups, alright? Alright. I'll keep the secret of your secret fort secret. Now we know about the secret hangout down there. How do they get down there without dying? I guess they can just kind of like hop, sort of. Us boring adult people have to walk on the pathways. These salt houses are on stilts so that they stay above the water. At high tide, the town looks like one big raft. So that's the reason. First, I couldn't tell if it was clever engineering or just shoddy craftsmanship. Well, of course. That tide changes, you don't want to be underwater. We're looking for a lady called Grimoire. Does that name ring any bells? I don't know her. And let's face it, your pickup line needs some work. You're going to have to work harder than that if you want to catch my attention. Well, at least I found a woman of some taste. We're so used to living freely in Southgand, so the Abbey's rules really chafe. But if you think about it another way, it's a good chance to mend bad habits. Right. Like how we can't just dive into the sea naked. Now we have to warm up and put on swimsuits. Bunch of savages over here.
Still no leads on that Grimoire lady.
Mogulo, when did you get that letter from her you mentioned?
Hard to say. It must have been last year? A decade ago?
Take this seriously or I'll feed you to the sharks.
think I'd at least rate a Kraken.
Keep this up and I swear I'll eat... It's them.
Hide. Were those some people fleeing over there?
Complete. Once you've assumed your new post, everyone will act on your command.
Thank you, sister. But to be honest, I worry that these shoes I'm filling might just be a bit too big for me.
You need not worry. You possess a special strength and quality that others lack. Shepherd Artorius has high hopes for your deployment to Palamedes. Fear not. Just be yourself and you'll do fine. Believe you're a leader, and you will be.
Yes, I'll try to make you proud, sister.
They're sending him to Palamedes? Is that the name of a facility on this island?
I had better get going.
Safe travels.
Oh, one more thing. Be careful around the demon in Haria. It's stronger than it looks. We've even had some casualties.
Understood.
Also, if you must drink the water, remember to boil it.
Sister...
I know, I worry too much. But I just can't help myself.
So, there's a demon in Haria. Sounds like it's a pretty feisty one, too.
If so, it may prove useful.
Still, what magical timing for Oscar to show up here at the very same hour we do.
I understand your suspicion of me, but have you any proof?
None, it's true. But as an exorcist, you're certainly sympathetic to the Abbey's cause.
And soon you may wish we were sympathetic.
Eleanor hasn't been snitching on us. I'm sure of it.
And how would you know? Are you watching her even when she's taking a bath?
Huh? No, I don't. I always stay outside when she's taking a
I
bath.
always stay outside.
And
Then isn't it possible she's communicating with the Abbey in secret while you're not there?
You pledged to obey me until the day you die, correct?
yes, that I did.
Remember, when you two trade blows, only the Abbey wins.
One less demon, and one less traitor for them to worry about.
While we're standing around here arguing, that demon could be attacking Grimoire.
It's true. Let's find some more people to question around town.
I'm in my secret bathtub facility. SOS. Send help. The demons are crazy.
So what's it really like?
Huh?
The connection between Moloch and Vessel. Do you share, like, thoughts and feelings?
Sort of. When I'm dwelling inside Eleanor, I can see what she sees and hear what she hears. But I can't read her thoughts or her emotions. Sitting in a box doesn't teach you how the box feels.
I see. In that case, I want to give her as little time alone as possible.
I don't want to bathe with her, alright?
I know. You're a boy and all. For her baths, we can send Bienfu.
No, that's a bad
That's a
idea.
It'll have to be Mogulu. Or myself.
Phew.
What sort of boundaries have you and Eleanor drawn? How do you sleep?
We talk before bed sometimes. But it's not like I'm sleeping by her side or anything. It's easier for me to tell when she wakes up if I'm dwelling inside her.
Does she ever get out of bed at night?
Not in my experience. And she sleeps so peacefully.
Huh?
When she's around you guys, she always looks so stern. But when she's sleeping, her expression is... softer, you could say. She lets her hair down, too. And I think it's kinda prettier that way.
Huh. So that's what he likes. Well, keep an eye on her, but...
But?
Watch out for the older girls.
Huh?
Okay, more skits.
Teresa and Oscar sure seem close.
I've known them since I was an initiate, but I've never seen them quarrel, not even once.
Did you ever fight with your brother, Velvet?
Yeah, I guess I did. Sometimes I'd chew him out, and he'd sulk and stop talking to me, but I found that adorable too.
You did?
No matter how much he dug in his heels, or tried to talk like he was in charge, after a while he'd be right there trailing along behind me.
Like a little puppy dog.
Puppies are a lot more obedient. I always had to keep an eye on him. Little brothers are odd creatures.
Rokuro's a little brother. Is he adorable too?
Huh? I don't think a little brother who's out to kill you is in any way adorable.
But Shigure seemed like he was having fun.
Sometimes you just don't make sense.
Huh? I don't know.
Little brothers. Do you have any siblings? I'm an only child. Well then, that's perfect. You pretend the boy is your little brother.
Huh?
That's a bit extreme, but actually, when I'm talking with Lavisette, sometimes I think, this is what having a brother must feel like.
I could be Eleanor's brother.
Don't take any of this nonsense seriously, Lavisette. Malakim are just tools to exorcists. She can never think of you as her brother.
Oh, yeah.
You're wrong. I've changed how I view Malakim. I know that's true because I can think of him as a brother.
Right.
She's all talk. Don't believe her.
It seems to me like you're the one who's treating him as a tool, by forcing your own opinions upon him. Ooh, two sisters struggling for the affections of their brother. Eeny teeny candlestick, which one will the Muppet pick?
How about an older brother instead?
I'm different. I've had character development, believe me.